If you want to identify newly launched tokens with a high growth potential and also avoid being scammed, do not miss this video. Enter the dexscreener.com website and click on the new pairs button from the left menu, and then on the newest button in here. It will open up a page that shows the tokens that are newly added to the decentralized exchanges. It supports almost all of the networks and exchanges. It also shows the time it was added in here, 58 seconds ago, 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago, and more. You can also see the network and the DEX that it has been added to, along with the name of the token and the name of the currency that is added as a pair with it. In this column, the token price in USD, we have the second column, which shows the time it has been launched or added to the decentralized exchange, the buys and the sells column, the token volume column, makers or buyers, price changes in the last 5 minutes, 1 hour, 6 hours, and 24 hours. The price increase is written in green and the price decrease is written in red. The liquidity amount of the token on decentralized exchange. In the market cap section, the market value is displayed in here. We can click on one of these to see more. This one, for example, it's a BIP20 token launched on BNB network. You can see the chart and more details in here. Recent buys and sells, the total amount of each buy or sell in US dollar, the total amount of buy or sell in WBNB, and the price of the token in USD in that transfer. There are some information about this pair on the right side, such as the name of the token, the currency with which it has been paired or added as liquidity along with the token, as well as the network and the name of the DEX it has been added to. Token price in USD and BNB, the amount of the liquidity or liquidity pool, total market value, buys and sells count, transaction count, the time that the token has been launched or the liquidity pool has been created, which was 4 minutes ago, the amount of the tokens in the liquidity pool, the amount of the BNB or wrapped BNB in the liquidity pool. The thing about liquidity is that usually the tokens that have better support in terms of liquidity pool are usually a better option for investment. You can also see the contract pair address, which you can copy or open it in your browser, the address of the token contract, and the paired token, which is wrapped BNB in this example. You can open them in the Blockchain Explorer or copy their contract address. It also shows a series of audits from tier providers in here. For example, if I open Go Plus, it says that the token is not open source, which means that its contract has not been verified in any blockchain explorer and we cannot read the code. So we cannot verify if this token is safe to buy or not. There could be any kind of fees or even honeypots in its code. I do not recommend to buy such tokens because you may end up losing money on them. You can also see the wallet address of the token deployer and its token balance. Since the code has not been verified, we cannot verify the fees amount or if the contract ownership has been renounced or not. You can also rate a token in here, selecting one of the emojis. Also, if you wanted to buy, you must copy the token contract address and import it in the DEX where the token is added. This token is available on Uniswap. First, change the network to the desired token network. Then paste the contract address in here and import it. Enter the amount, the BNB amount to buy, and it will show you how many tokens it will give you for that amount you entered. In order to make the transaction and buy or sell the token, you have to connect your wallet. Also, if I open this token in a Blockchain Explorer, it will show us some general information. the total number of the tokens currently in circulation, the holders, and the transactions count. You can see the token's contract address and the list of recent transactions related to this token. In the contract section of this token, as the audits shown before, you can see that the code has not been verified. And since it's not verified, we cannot get much information from it. And this is a kind of a red flag, and I recommend you not to buy such tokens. If I go back to the new pairs section and choose another token, a token that has a high liquidity, for example, I can probably show you another red flag. You can also choose the desired network from above. I'm going to choose Ethereum network. This token, for example, has a liquidity of 222,000 US dollars. There is a chart and some information in here, just like the first example. An interesting point about this token, in addition to its high liquidity, is that this liquidity is locked. It also shows me the service which was used to lock the liquidity, LP tokens. It gave me an error in here, but I can search the token to see if it is really locked or not. It shows me the contract when I search. It says that it is 100% locked. It is locked for 183 days. You might say to yourself, well, it has a lot of liquidity and its liquidity is locked for 6 months. So it's safe to buy. But I'm not as optimistic as you, and I want to check the token a little bit more. Open it in a blockchain explorer. The contract source code has been verified for this token, but the last transaction was 1 hour ago, and this is strange. In the audits, 3 things were mentioned. One is the 5% buying and selling fee, which is too much, and the other is that it has a whitelist. It means that they have whitelisted one or some of the wallet addresses so that they don't have to pay any fees and can avoid some restrictions that a normal user may have. The ownership of the token has been renounced, which means that the creator no longer has control over the token. They can't increase or decrease the fees, and they can't make any changes in the code and its settings. But we have another red flag in here, that is the anti-whale function. This means that the maximum number of the tokens that can be transferred or bought or sold is predetermined by the token creator. Now we can see these values in the read contract section. It has a max tax swap function, which if we want to get the correct amount, we have to subtract 9 decimals that this token has. That would be 170,000 tokens. Here's the thing, forget the name of the function because they can use any name. But since the anti-whale method is active, I guess that this is the maximum amount that can be bought, sold, or transferred in a single transaction, for example. Its value is 3,459 US dollars with the current token value. The maximum transaction amount is also the second option in here. You can also see the maximum amount of the tokens that can be stored in a wallet, the third one, which is 100 million, the total supply of the token. So that's not an issue. There is also a tag swap threshold option, which is 3,000. Its USD value is $610. Since they have renounced the ownership, it shows this wallet as the owner. There is also a ZX option that has a value of 3 and is very suspicious. Of course, these functions can have different names in the codes of each token. In quick Intel's audits, there is a problem with the code, which is a whitelist. Of course, it is interesting that it has 3 votes for red flag and the poop emoji. If I check the token holders in the blockchain explorer, I think that those who have a small amount of this token are the real holders. This wallet, for example, here I come across a very interesting point. This wallet did an approved transaction an hour ago, which means he or she wanted to sell the token probably, but they did not make transaction, and this is strange. Here you can see the approved transaction for a trade inside Uniswap. I guess that this token probably is a scam and the holder couldn't sell the tokens at all. It may be a honeypot or something like this. We can also check another wallet to confirm. This wallet, for example, this holder made 2 approved transactions and didn't sell. Therefore, there is a high probability that this token is a scam, and I recommend you not to fall into the trap of tokens like this.